Yes. Welcome back to the channel. Livestream 1 here. Thanks for tuning in. Today, this video is going to be a little more off the cuff, but I've kind of been wanting to make a video like this as of late because of the severe underrepresentation that is the horror genre. Oh, God, that was a mouthful. But I feel like if you're a genuine fan of horror movies, and I'm not talking about the shitty, I apologize for all the sniffing and whatnot. Allergy season is kicking my ass. That aside, though, if you're a genuine horror fan, and I'm not talking about the B-rated, campy Netflix bullshit that you sit on your couch and scratch your ass about and laugh, ha ha, hee hee, that was so cringy, that was bad. No, I'm talking about genuine, good, legit horror movies. For example, It Chapter 2. I think that was a pretty good horror movie. Midsommar, I wouldn't call that horror. I call that psychological thriller. Also, that's another issue. They need to stop, but they'll slap horror on anything nowadays and be like, "Oh, this is this next horror movie. This is the next horror release," and that has nothing to do with horror. It's thriller and borderline. Some of them are straight up comedy. Let's go down the list here. I've seen quite a few of these, but there's also some that I haven't seen. But I will comment that Midsommar, it was good. Well, it was better than most. Uh, within the center of the horror genre, but that's not a horror movie. It's psychological thriller. And you see that I got horror fucking. I see it's. I've clicked horror. It's right there. But whatever. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Haven't seen it, but not interested. I heard it was mediocre. Doctor Sleep, also haven't seen it, but also heard that was mediocre. Pet Cemetery, seen it, garbage. Ready or Not, seen it, that's garbage. Annabelle, garbage. Uh, I guess I could be a little more nuanced than just say it was garbage. Annabelle, God, if you've seen it, it's a terrible movie, man. It's so cringy. It's like teenage bullshit dialogue. What things that the characters do don't make sense. It's bad. Crawl. Why the fuck is this? This is not a horror movie. Crawl is not. This is the thriller. Straight, this is a thriller movie. I've seen it. It was okay. It was okay. I guess what pisses me off a lot is when they write it off as horror. It's not fucking horror. That's not. I don't know. Stop what you're doing. Uh, The Curse of La Llorona. That was pretty bad. Terrible. Child's Play. Whatever. Hole on the Ground. Terrible. Brightburn. It was okay. It's actually pretty bad. But also, again, why the fuck is this called horror? This isn't horror. This is some knockoff superhero thriller type. Ugh, I hate this. I hate Hollywood. Us, okay, us. Uh, us is pretty good. Again, though, wouldn't call it horror. Psychological thriller. To me, horror is anything that has to do with the supernatural. Supernatural, otherworldly, you can call it horror. But I guess Hollywood and everyone else has a different definition of that. So I guess my definition must be wrong or needs to be adjusted. Us was pretty good. I wouldn't call it a horror movie, though. Also, another tidbit, any horror movie that's genuinely trying to like scare you or disturb you needs to be rated R. None of this PG-13 bullshit because you want more people, because you want more ticket sales and you don't want to bar an underage group from buying tickets, and you want more cash, more money, more moolah. That's bullshit, and fuck that agenda. It needs to be rated R so that the director and the producers or whatever aren't bottlenecked into what they can and can't put into the movie. I feel like that's a fair point. Anybody else that disagrees, you're just wrong. I'm sorry. The Prodigy, that was shitty. Zombie Double Tap. That's the kind of bullshit that I'm talking about. This is straight. This right here. This is straight up. comedy, uh, tongue-in-cheek bullshit. That is not a horror movie. Get this shit off the list. The Lodge, that was shitty. Little Monsters, whatever. In the Tall Grass, shitty. Seen it. Eli, have I seen that? I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen that one. Happy Death, see shit like that too. Stupid, garbage, dumb. No. Next, Sweetheart, haven't seen that one. Countdown, garbage. Velvet Buzzsaw, seen it, garbage. Three from Hell. Why is this in the horror? Why is that? Why? I Trapped the garbage. Black Christmas, garbage. The Lighthouse. The acting, I will say, the acting in The Lighthouse was great. The story and the horror aspect, didn't give a shit. Was not scared. I will say that about the movie. So nobody can call me, oh, that's not fair. You immediately write it off as good. No. The Lighthouse, phenomenal acting, garbage movie. Escape Room, I like the concept of Escape Room. It's kind of like a modern day Jigsaw, I guess. But outside of that, it was pretty garbage. 47 Meters Down, garbage. The Depraved, haven't seen it. Haunt just looks terrible, but haven't seen it. Nicolas Cage, Color Out of Space, haven't seen it. Girl on the Third Floor, garbage. The Silence, haven't seen it. Bliss, haven't seen it. The Dead, don't. This looks terrible, but haven't seen it. Wounds, I've seen that, and it was uneventful, very uneventful. Daniel isn't real. I haven't seen that. Wretched, isn't I feel like I've seen that shit on Hulu, and that was garbage. Rabid, haven't seen it. The Platform, that what? I remember seeing The Platform very recently, and that has nothing to do with horror. It's what? This movie has nothing to do with horror. What do you mean? Sorry, my phone vibrating. If you guys heard that, I'm sorry. This has nothing to do with horror. It's not even a thriller, really. It's uh I guess you could call it a thriller, but it's like very surface level thriller. Nothing to do with horror. I don't understand this shit anymore. Saint Maud, haven't seen it. After Midnight, haven't seen it. The Haunting of Sherry Tale, garbage. The Beach House, haven't seen it. Sea Fever, garbage. Apartment 1BR, garbage. Blood Quantum, haven't seen it. The Other Lamb, garbage. Swallow, haven't seen it, although it looks interesting. I think that's on Hulu. Get Home Safe, Ma. Great acting. Great acting from this movie right here. Great acting. Not a horror film, though. Not a horror movie at all. Great acting. Story was okay. It held my interest, but outside of that, whatever. And I swear to God, I'm not. It's not that I'm hard to please when it comes to horror. I shit you not. It's just horror is so underrepresented, and they churn out this shit like nobody's business because a bunch of assholes. I can't say assholes, but people that are really easily entertained will watch this shit just to watch it. Be like, oh, did you guys see that? Ha, that was so funny. Ha. I don't know. I don't know. But I would like to compare. I would like to compare what you're seeing here with like adventure or comedy or action movies that have come out recently. You know what? I'll even do one. I'll even do one best and go to 2020 and see what happens. Let's see that. The Invisible Man, again, not a horror film. Not horror at all. It's more like psychological thriller. And Invisible Man, great acting. Great acting in that movie. I like that movie a lot, actually. But it wasn't a horror. That was nothing to do with horror at all. Nothing. Zero. -1. But great acting. And it was a genuinely good movie. I liked Invisible Man. Antebellum, garbage. Wait, have I seen Antebellum? No, I don't think Antebellum's out quite yet. Or is it? I feel like maybe. I don't think I've seen that, actually. Gretel and Hansel, uneventful. It was okay. It was okay. Underwater, garbage. That's it. I don't that what the whole Cthulhu thing. It was neat. It was very interesting. H.P. Lovecraft. I always like anything. We need more H.P. Lovecraft in horror movies. I feel like that would disturb some people. We need that. But underwater, I guess the acting was pretty good, but movie the substance was whatever. Antlers has yet to come out yet, and I'm very excited for that because Wendigo lore is always interesting, but that's not out yet, unfortunately. Wait, what release date? What you mean? I don't think Antlers is out yet. I'll look at that later. I promise you, it's not out yet. Fantasy Island, stay far the fuck away from that movie. Terrible, 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 terrible garbage. Sewer vomit garbage. Never, never, no. I'm so pissed off. I wasted an hour and a half of my time on that movie. Terrible, terrible. Never, no. Stop. Relic garbage. The Boy 2. Have I? The original Boy was pretty bad. False advertisement, mind you. False advertisement. I remember that shit too. I remember seeing the trailer in theaters, and this is just Hollywood magic editing bullshit. Somebody got paid to do this shit, or they made it seem like it was horror in nature or paranormal, and it wasn't. It was some. And I'm spoiling this movie for you. I'm sorry, but it's just bad, and you shouldn't watch it anyway. It was some motherfucker in the wall. Like it has nothing to do with horror. Nothing to do with the paranormal. It was some asshole living in the wall. It's deranged motherfucker. Anyway, what's next? What is next? New Mutants, haven't seen that yet. The Turning, that was pretty terrible. The Grudge that was pretty terrible. The Hunt, again, I don't know why this is in horror, but it was The Hunt for what it was for what it was. It was interesting. It was a lot more interesting than any of the other garbage that you see on my screen here. I would recommend to watch, but it's not scary and it's not stimulating at all. Really, but for what it is, it's an interesting watch. Very violent type of movie. The Rental garbage. Peninsula. I think that this one is a sequel to The Train of Busan. I don't know why this gets so much praise. It was it's okay. It was all right. It was okay. The Babysit. I'm not even gonna look at that shit. Come play, whatever. Run, whatever. Sputnik. Sputnik was predictable. It was predictable. I didn't like it that much. What the fuck is this? Possessor. Haven't seen this one. Haven't seen that. Ghost Stories. The Empty Man. Haven't seen that. Haven't seen that. Body Cam. It just still doesn't look like a horror movie. Run, Sweetheart. Host. I'm thinking of indie things. You should have left. Oh, you should have left. That was garbage. Blackwater Abyss. I don't remember that one. Ghost of War. I haven't seen that one. Malignant. I haven't seen that. Love and Monsters. Oh, with Dylan O'Brien. I'm actually excited to see that one, but also not a horror movie. But also, I'm excited to see that. That looks fun. I like Dylan O'Brien. Dylan O'Brien is cool. One of my favorite actors. The Owners, whatever. The Closet. This is a bunch of shit that has yet to come out yet. I would like to say. Yeah, is that what's his name from Stranger Things? It is. Huh. Uh, this video is already 15 minutes long, but I just would like to point out just how severely underrepresented the horror genre is. Like genuine good horror movies. Good, great horror movies, disturbing movies, scary shit does not exist anymore. They just keep churning out this bullshit. B-rated bullcrap that goes straight to Netflix, Hulu, whatever, and people can sit at home and scratch it and just, haha, it's so terrible. It's so bad. Bad, 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 terrible. Anyway, if you liked anything I had to say or if I made you laugh, please share the love, tell a friend, drop a like, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one.